Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling God Smith. This video tonight's actually gonna be about the about NXT and AEW. I'm sorry I haven't really recorded. I basically didn't get a chance to really watch it, so um because I watched it on live, my connection just dropped, so that was it. Um, I don't think Keith Lee ended the prophecy of Undisputed Era because here's the thing, and what I mean by why I don't think he ended it is because he only won the North American champion. Knowing if he would have went after Adam Cole would have made a lot of sense, and I think it would have. Because the thing is, you know what, the Undisputed Era is so good that having all four titles in 1 year doesn't make really makes a lot of sense. Because I just feel even now NXT changes so much over the years that it's ridiculous. And even like with all the with all the newcomers and everything, and I just feel like, yo, if we're gonna get something, it's gotta be a monumental change. If it was like if um him and Dijakovic teamed up for the tag team titles, that would have been something. They would have lost the tag team titles, but no. See, I think even with Imperium showing up and messing with the Undisputed Era, I want them to kind of fight the Undisputed Era because that's so they can win all the titles. Because the thing is, Alexander Wolf could be North American champion and win all the titles and actually make that much stronger group than Undisputed Era. See, and then it's like even when and here's the thing, it was great. It was a great show. It was an awesome show. But here's my thing though. If the biggest thing was even with the Dusty World Tag Team Club semifinals and Grizzly Young Veterans and stuff, the Grizzly Young Veterans can't really beat Pete Dunne because on separate occasion they lost to him, and they really think that they can beat Pete Dunne. It's like, no, dude, he's unstoppable. If he actually gets a title this year, if he gets a title this year, and this is the thing with AEW, like, and I loved AEW too. It was like AEW just like, and I'll be honest with you guys, like NXT was good. Like there was a lot of good segments. I'm glad that Rhea's actually going against Tony Storm this Saturday. I'm glad that she's fighting Tony Storm because I want to see that rivalry kind of go to an end, like come to a head now because it's a new rivalry. But it's like Tony Storm, Rhea Ripley 3. And it's something we're getting at Worlds Collide and not a NXT takeover. And the thing is, like, even with, I'll be perfectly honest, even with Mia Yim and everybody that's been coming in, and even with Tegan Knox going against Dakota Kai because now she wants revenge now, that was a good way to play into it. But even now, like, even with DIY going against Mustache Mountain, that's going to be a really good show because of DIY. And Undisputed Era are going to freaking dominate again. And that's the thing. Even with AEW and I'm gonna talk about AEW, guys. Like AEW kind of pissed me off. AEW pissed me off because it was like, yo. So basically, we had a Britt Baker match, and she dominated. She basically dominated Hikaru, and she dominated, and she did her submission. So basically, Tony Schiavone's interviewing her, and he starts talking about like she's talking about like it's hard to balance being a dentist and a wrestler, and I'm like, yo. And the thing was, the whole bad mouthing segment doesn't even work. And the bad mouth segment was like she was talking about Tony Giovanni like he was a piece of crap, and I'm like, yo. So you started bad mouthing him, saying that he was a crappy barista in Starbucks, and they only called him because AEW needed a color commenter. So I'm like, yo. And if I was Tony, I would have just slapped her in the face. I would have been like, listen, you know what? Can you give somebody else? Can we cut the segment or get somebody else in interview? Because that's real messed up. I don't hate Britt Baker. I just don't like her attitude. I really don't. Her attitude, even with her fans, everybody loves her. But like, yo, and I would have been like, listen, Britt, you're a great. And if I got a chance to interview her, and I would, and I'm like, listen, you're a great wrestler, but your attitude kind of sucks. Your attitude sucks. I've seen you on TV. You think you're better because you're a dentist and a wrestler, dude. And the one thing, you've never become women's champion in AEW. Rio has. And Rio always beats you. Chris Statlander always beats her. And that's the thing. AEW was great. even with John Moxley and Chris Jericho going at it. And that rivalry is actually going to make a lot of sense. And I think maybe next year, in the next 2 years, I'm thinking they're going to have a champion like him. And the thing, even with them winning, even I saw the tag team match when they won the titles, the Young Bucks still don't get nothing. Because I'm like, yo, what's the point of being in the elite if you can't win a match? And the thing with Hangman Page was actually trying to go away from them, and he's with Kenny. Kenny only sticks with them because Kenny. It's only the reason that Kenny makes him stronger is because. And here's the thing, like I could see the Inner Circle winning every title, but not even the Inner Circle could win the tag titles. But the funny thing is, Kenny Omega beat freaking Scorpio SCU, and they're really good. And they're only 3 people though. And the one thing is, I still don't understand the Nightmare Collective. I still don't get it. And here's the thing about that. I don't understand that too. And it's like, yo, where do we go? Then we had Mel. And the funny thing with Mel was like, yo, we didn't know what to go with her. See, and that's the thing about AEW that I don't understand. Like, even with the being the elite stuff, Hangman Page was getting tired in the first place. He's been going on his own and making his own career, and this dude's been racking up wins, but they still want him to be a part of the elite. Dude, he's tired. He left John Ring of Honor. What the heck do y'all not understand? Ever since y'all got into AEW, y'all just want him to be a part of it. He didn't even want to be a part of it. Even when they won their match against Santana Ortiz, one against Lucha Bros, and they still wanted him to be a part of it. Like I said, guys, I like AEW. AEW was good. But here's my thing, because I'm gonna say this, is that every time I think, and this is what I'm thinking too, and I'm gonna be unbiased because I think like, yo, AEW, the pay per view is less than a month, and I just feel like, yo, what are we doing, man? And this is the thing. This is what I was saying before. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are they doing? And this is the thing. Where's the story gonna go? Is Hangman gonna do a swerve and be like, yo, Kenny, I think you should come with me and join, we can be together. We don't really need the elite because we keep winning. The Young Bucks gotta realize that too, because they are a great tag team. They are. And I just think that, yo, if you guys are not finding success, something is wrong. The chain's gotta break, man. And that's the thing. Being a faction is fine. And that's the thing I didn't understand. It's into like Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho gets all these other wannabe dudes like Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara is not a bad wrestler. It's just that every time you get Sammy Guevara, and this dude thinks he's gonna be a champion or he's gonna win something, why is there not another belt for him to win, like a light heavyweight belt? But I'm sorry, because yo, and I feel like the Inner Circle still doesn't know what they're going to do. They want to run AEW just like NWO does, and then you got and then you have MJF trying to start a war with Cody, and Cody's still gonna beat him, and that's the funny thing. He's gonna beat Laszlo, like Wardlow, and he's not even beating him. He's not even fighting. Wardlow is just the big beefy enforcer dude that he hired to get him. And the joke is, when are we really gonna get him though? That's my question to all of you. Like, MJF is still doing this stupid rivalry with Cody, which I'm okay with, but here's my problem with it. It's the same problem that we keep having. It's the same problem. They keep dragging some more. No. It shouldn't be a dragging problem. It should have been like this. Bash at the Beach was pretty cool. Darby Allin is still pretty cool. Dean Ambrose is cool. Pac is cool. But I don't see where he's going. Because that's the problem. Like, all these dudes that have great records, and the Dark Order still involved themselves in something. But I already get a feeling like, yo, I really get a feeling that somebody's going to show up in AEW that's going to change the game. And Chris being Chris, and he's going to try to have the title for a while, knowing that if Hangman shows up and tries to go after the title, just like, here's the thing. If he shows up, right? I remember Jimmy, man. I wonder if the Grand Tour is still on, because like I know it's an Amazon thing. Like I said, I just feel like, here's my gut. If he's gonna go after Chris, and I already got a feeling he's gonna go after him in Revolution at some point, and he's gonna have war with him. And this is the thing. He might join the Inner Circle. He might not. It's like everybody thinks that, and this is the thing too. And I agree with Steven Larson with them, like, he's changing with them. No. Like, Kenny, we know what you can do. We've seen you do it. Why are you not becoming champion? That's my question to all of it. Is that it was a great show. But here's my thing. Where, like, what was Kenny Omega doing? Like, this dude should have been champion. He should have been champion last year. And he was he was literally number 5 to be the number 1 contender. And I'm wondering if him and Eggman, if he actually wins, where does it go from here? Private Party could be champion too, and they gotta get a championship. The Young Bucks had one shot and they could have won it. They could have took it all. They would have like, you know what, guys, maybe the Elite's stronger than ever. We can go after all the titles. We can have a woman. We can actually get something going. Nah. What happens? Everybody was part of Bullet Club, like Adam Cole. And here's the thing, Marty Scurll never goes back to anything. And he should have been in AEW before.